Here's one of the greatest detractors of your time: worrying. Worrying, believe it or not, is a habit. It's not something that happens as a matter of course. Worrying is actually a habit that we get ourselves into. We become worriers. The challenge about worrying is your conscious mind can only focus on one conscious thought at a time. So if you're worrying, it means you're running over and over and over a script or a scenario or a scene in your mind again and again and again. You're playing it out in different ways and all these kinds of things. But it's occupying that one slot that you've got in your conscious mind for a thought. And so what happens is it hinders your ability to think and to concentrate on other things. Worrying is a production killer. So what can you do to remedy that problem? What can you do to fix it? Here's what you do. If you want to remedy worrying, number one, recognize that you do it. Okay, that's probably the first thing. A lot of folks don't even really realize that they're worriers or that they worry a lot. Or maybe they realize it, but they don't understand that it's a choice. It's a decision. Second, decide you don't want to worry anymore. Okay? Now, I know somebody say, Brian, that's a whole lot easier said than done, right? I mean, I got legitimate things to worry about. But the reality is, going over it again and again and again and again and again doesn't fix the problem. So here's what you do. Think through it logically. Write it down if it helps. Identify the problem. Identify the worst possible consequence of that issue, of that problem. Write down the worst possible thing that could happen as a result of it. And then ask yourself, could I deal with that? And if the answer is yes, it might be unpleasant, it might suck, all those things. But if you can look at it and go, but I could deal with that, then you're done. Put it to bed. You're finished. You already know the worst possible thing that could happen, and you already know you can handle it if it comes along. So now you don't have to worry about it anymore. And again, I know it's easier said than done. To stop worrying is to break a habit, and that's difficult, but you can do it with practice and with diligence. And when you do, and when you learn to conquer worrying, you're going to find your whole world opens up. You become much more happy, you become much more optimistic, you become much more benevolent, and you get more done. That's the dose.